What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. And if you're new here, I'm a working class individual just like you, trying to figure out how to trade these charts and make some money. And try to make my financial future just that much better. So I've been at this hard. I mean, I've been at this hard for over a year now. And I'm starting to see things. I'm starting to realize things. And, yeah. I'm just going to play a little clip from the other night. And then we will, we'll move forward. All right. So, this foreign exchange market is very, very difficult to figure out. You learn price action. You learn how to trade, right? And everything that you're taught, I mean, to a certain extent is right, but they know that you know how to read, price action. So they've got to put things in front of you to make you buy or sell, and then they screw you before they move the market. And I've fallen for this so many times, it's ridiculous. And every time it's like, oh my God, I'm wrong. It's going to be horrifying. It's going to be a big loss. I should just take this now, right? I mean, we're almost $430 right here that I'm down. Crap, right? I should just take the loss. No. I actually took the stop loss off to prove something. I want to prove something to myself that I knew how to trade the entire time. It was the mind games that they play. They throw opportunities out like this. Double top, right? We didn't even hit. See, this is the thing. And my mentor does not like to use trend lines, and I just cannot figure out why. And he even pointed out this weekly level of resistance here. Like, well, that's probably a pretty good area. We came very, very close to that weekly area, made a double top, started heading down, right? Gets people short, then they throw it back up. We made this high. It started coming back down. And I believe I added on this position right here when it was like kind of coming back down. We hit this bottom, it started coming back up, and then I added my second position on, figuring it would kind of make a lower high here and keep going, but no, it blasted through. But at least we've made contact with the trend line now. So yeah, I took my stop loss off. I don't care. They're not going to stop hunt my ass. No more. And this is just an experiment. I want to see. I want to see what happens here. The MACD is actually showing a double top here. And Aussie USD, I got stopped out last night. I kind of added a position in right here. It blasted through and hit my stop to the pip. To the pip. Hit my stop. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. $350 loss. And then it starts going your way. So I ended up, as soon as I got stopped out, I threw my exact same position straight back in. Straight back in. I'm like, screw you guys. This level on the monthly chart, I mean, look at this. Respect, respect, respect from the top side, from the underside. I mean, respect here, respect. I mean, come on. And then also on top of that, we have, this high here. We made this high on the MACD, and then we come flying up way higher, and it's actually lower. So we have divergence on the MACD. This is ready to come down. I know it is. I know it is. Yeah, look at this daily candle action too. That's a 382 pin bar reversal candle on the daily. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes back up and tries to test this area again. But I don't give a shit. No stop loss, and we're going to see what happens. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 110%, well, I would say 99.9% sure that these are all going to go my way. I'm like 100% sure almost. It's just the mental freaking games that they play with you. Alright, so it would appear that staying in Aussie USD and putting that position back in was a good idea. At least so far. So I actually checked on my phone. I lost $455 is the loss that I took. And just like 20 minutes ago, this was sitting at $550. And if I had taken it, yeah, I would have, made all of my money back that I lost and then some. But regardless, I was looking for a move down from this monthly level, or weekly level and monthly level of resistance. Obviously, we busted through and hit a new high, but this was also another big area of resistance. And this was kind of the fake out. And I'm not falling for this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? The stop loss crap it's just driving me nuts. So you can see how frustrating this gets. You know what I mean? The foreign exchange market is designed. It's designed, and they know. Like, you learn price action, you learn how to trade, you learn how to read charts, and you think that's all you need. It's not. It's not all you need. You need to figure out the mental aspect, and you need to figure out what the banks and institutions are doing. And that's the hardest thing to do, right? Is to, because it feels like everything you're doing is wrong. You know what I mean? So, like, Aussie USD, I decided to place a sell order. Because basically I'm looking for Aussie New Zealand, right? This is kind of the trade that's kind of, affecting everything else that I do around the Aussie dollar. So, big picture on this guy. Big picture, we have a swing low, a swing high, a lower swing low, and it's been making lower highs and lower lows. It's been following this pattern. Big picture, it's bearish, right? So I'm looking for Aussie to go down. That's what I'm looking for. I'm also looking for New Zealand dollar to go up, but we'll get into that in a second. And then obviously the euro. That's another section of my trades. But let's just stick to the Aussie right now. So Aussie USD, I decided to place a sell order from this area right here. This is the 4-hour chart, looking for a move down, right? And the market makers, they shot it up, and it stopped me out almost. I mean, it was close, almost to the pip at like 2 in the morning. Right, my phone beeps, and I'm like, ugh. I was like mortified. But I have noticed that I'm getting better. I'm getting way better, because whenever I used to get a loss, like I say, I was like sweating, heart beating. Yeah, I was like, and it would just screw me up. But it was like a $450 loss, and I didn't even flinch. It was just like, whatever. It's just money. It's just paper. It doesn't mean anything, right? That's what you got to get into your head. So it shot up and just stopped me out, and something was telling me, I'm starting to learn to listen to my gut. And I'm trying to also add in all of the other pieces of information that I've been learning about, like volume, trading volume. And this is a big part of why I got out of Forex.com, is because they don't supply trading volume, which is like extremely important. They don't want you to see that. Because Forex.com, you look up where that is, that's right down on Wall Street. That whole Forex.com thing, that is for them, by them. But Owanda, at least they give you a fair chance here. and they give you all the same information that they have, except, they have, they can see where your buy, your sell, where your stop is. They can see all of that. They can see exactly where everybody's putting their buys, sells, and stops. I mean, it's not like they can just see particularly where yours is. I'm sure they could if they really kind of wanted to zoom in, but I mean, there's, thousands and thousands of orders, so the likelihood that they're going to see just yours is pretty low. So we're trying to fly under the radar here, but Aussie USD pushed up, stopped me out, $455 loss. Something told me to get right back in. Screw that shit. Right? This is going down. I know it's going down. My analysis tells me that this is going down. And it's not just this chart, it's other charts that are telling me that Aussie needs to pull back. I think, personally, like Aussie CAD, big picture, I'm bullish on this. Yeah, I am. I'm bullish on Aussie USD. But not right now. I think this needs to pull back. And then I will gladly go long on Aussie. And that's another thing I noticed. That if you're shorting Aussie, there's an interest rate involved. So if you're long on Aussie, it's not a problem because you're getting paid interest because you're long. But if you're short, you're getting pretty much taxed. Because you're short, you're getting taxed. Like $6, $4. I don't know. I saw a few weird charges. But yeah, something told me to get back in short on Aussie USD. And I did. And I took my stop loss off. And I was already, what? So we had $450 here. Aussie New Zealand, I think I was close to like $350 in the negative there. We're pushing almost $1,000 in the negative. And that gets tough to deal with, right? But, I know this is going down. I know it is. So I'm like, okay, well, screw that shit. I'm going to prove it now. I'm going to take my stop loss completely off and just let it play out. And if it's a really horrible loss, then I won't trade Forex anymore. But I had a funny feeling. And, I threw my order straight back in, same position, and it came all the way down. And this morning, I took $608. So I actually made money. I actually took money on this trade. I made 100 and something bucks. Like $150. But I'm still in this. And I'm trying to play this smart and I'm trying to picture what they're going to do next to shake people and fake people and, whatever they're going to do. Obviously the market, this is what I'm seeing. The market is going to head in a certain direction depending on what is happening in the world. So, I mean, it's not like they can just, because you're short, just buy it forever, and just shoot it to the moon. Because that would cost them a ton of money. And other people know that that's not realistic, and they would just be throwing money away. But they can swing the market a little bit, and they do have insider news, so they'll know a day before, like, oh, this is going to happen or this is going to happen. So they'll shoot the market up. When they know it's going to go down, they can get it at a better price, and then they start shorting it. Or they throw the market down. They know the news is coming out, that it's going to be good. They shoot it down, they get in at a better price, and then they push it back up. And sometimes you actually see on the candles themselves that they bought and sold at the same time, which they are allowed to do, but we're not. It's like everything's stacked against you, so you need to know how to, navigate this. And this is like the biggest battle that I've been having, is figuring out how to navigate this. And if you want to make big money, you have to risk big money. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really, really hard for me to just go and throw in a small order and make 20, 40, 60 bucks. I mean, what fun is that? I want to make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, at least in the hundreds. So with Aussie USD, you know, because we had this pretty sharp move down, we did actually break these swing lows right here. So that's a very good sign that we broke those swing lows. I got out right before the swing lows just in case, you know, I took my position out, and I threw basically, what I wanted to do was take most of the position out and just leave some. Just in case it kept going, then great, I have some in. But more than likely, I'm thinking that this is going to come back up, try to fake and shake some people, maybe retest an area another time. And you see this candle right here. You know, we had this, this little area right here. We've got a nice wick rejection there. But we haven't kind of retested this area yet. We had this nice move, and today was kind of flat. So I dragged out the Fibonacci, and this just happens to be the 382 Fibonacci level. So I put 10,000 units back in, just in case it wants to keep going. Great, I'll keep making profits. But if this thing wants to retrace, because I still think this is going down, and I want to be in this short, but again, you know, you have that interest rate to deal with. So I'm leaving the 10. If we get a retracement up to the 382, then I'm going to throw the full position back in. No stop loss again. And, you know, no stop loss, I'm starting to see that it depends on the pair, because some pairs can get pretty crazy. But most pairs, they only move a certain amount, you know, during a day. So depending on how much you're throwing down, as long as you check it a few times a day, like in the morning, at lunch, you know, at night, you know, 3 times a day. If you can check the chart 3 times a day, you don't need a stop loss. And then, you know, if they want to do something crazy, then you might not even see it. You know what I mean? You won't have to worry about it. So this is what I'm going with, and I've actually seen other traders that have been doing the same thing, no stop, because then you can't get stop hunted or, you know, whatever. But I'm still looking for the bigger picture moves. And I'm starting to see that this volume stuff is pretty important, because this tells us when most of the institutions are trading. Right? Do you notice a difference here in the volume? Like how it was kind of flat here, and all of a sudden it spiked up, right? So let's go back. I just want to see the last time. Actually, let's go to the daily. All right, here we go. So let's go back to the last time. So the market came up, made a top, right? And then it started turning, and it headed to the downside. So here's the candle that turned to the downside. And you can see up here, you see volume. When I put my thing on a candle, it'll tell me the volume. So we had almost 24,000, 24K, followed by another 34K, right? And then the market turned, and then in between you get like a 7K, a 16, you know, you get some spikes, but it's like 7, 6, you know, very low volume. And then we come to this candle right here, 81, almost 82,000 for volume here. So that, I mean, that's a huge sign. Like all the institutions just, they traded right there. So it looks like this is going to, this is the reversal. But they might need to fake and shake some people out. And actually on the daily, you know, I am seeing a head and shoulders here. On the daily, the shoulder's a bit lower though. So you have a shoulder here or here. I would say I would say right here. Shoulder came down, made this low, popped up, made the head, came down. We do have a swing break. You know, as of right now, we have breached this low. This could go lower and then come back up. That's another possibility. This could keep going down tomorrow. You know, come down and find support off of maybe this wick here, and then come back up. And this is what I'm going to monitor. But I just didn't want to leave my entire position in. You know, I wanted to try to play the smart end and play off these levels. But so Euro USD. So I'm in two positions right now: Euro USD and Euro British Pound. And also you can see the volume has picked up on both of these. Volume. We've got some volume here. So the good thing about the US pairs or Euro pairs, so the Euro is the complete opposite of the dollar. So whatever the dollar does, Euro does the opposite. So those are the two biggest world reserve currencies. They always do the opposite. The Euro is kind of like the bond market. So, you know, what has the Fed been saying? And this is the cool thing about, I guess, the dollar, is that at least I have the news coming in from, you know, what's going on in the United States, and I can kind of try to figure out what I want to do in the foreign exchange market. So the Fed's been saying that they're going to taper and start selling assets, and they already have started, but it's going to ramp up. And if they start dumping assets, that's going to put downwards pressure on the dollar, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing. If they start dumping assets, you know, potentially the stock market, Bitcoin, and everything will start doing good for a while until we get into that recession point. Then stuff might crash for a little bit, and then go right back up. But if they're going to start dumping assets, you know, the US dollar should start coming down. So you can see that we, on the US dollar, we actually broke this trend line. And you can see what happened last time. We had this, you know, on the monthly chart. The last time we were here, we spiked up and came flying back down. And here we are. So, I mean, it's a matter of time. We're running out of real estate here, so I still think we're a little bit early to the party on going long on the euro. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to start building position, and I've noticed that the euro kind of, even though the dollar's going up, the euro's been kind of just hovering, staying flat. Because I think people are piling into these, but yeah, and big picture again, right? Big picture, Euro GBP. Big picture, this is bullish. It's been bullish for a long time. You know, higher highs and higher lows. And price is retracing, and this is a pretty big area of support. You know, there's another level below it, or a few, but you know, this says respect. Yeah, we haven't quite touched it yet. That's the other thing. So there's the level. There's the monthly level. Yeah, we haven't touched it. So you really have to zoom in sometimes to see, but we have not touched it. Let me turn the volume off. Yeah, we haven't touched it. But there was buyers there. So that's, I mean, that's a good possibility that this thing comes down to here and then goes. I just want to check. You know, it's always good to check how much. 500 bucks. Yeah, I might be a little over risked on that one. I should have probably went in a little bit lighter. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this one. If this thing comes into profit, I might take it and throw in a smaller position, and then if it comes lower, then start adding on. But you know, I think regardless, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold these because I know where these are going. So Aussie New Zealand, we were close to what, $350 in the negative, and now we're $150 in the negative. I know where this is going. So, you know, these Forex plays, we're just going to have to be patient and, you know, hold our guns for now. You know, I do want to trade possibly USD, JPY, but I think this might push up a little bit further. And USD CAD I'm watching. You know, if we get a nice, I mean, it might even be worth shorting from here, but you know, this is a second test of this trend line, but it does look like the US dollar could push up higher. So I'm looking for, you know, a little bit more push out of USD CAD. If I get USD CAD up in this area somewhere, I'm going to short it and just leave it. And no stop loss. Because this is definitely going down. I mean, I can almost guarantee my left leg that that's going down. And USD Mexican peso as well. But, you know, I don't want to put out too much too quick because the market still doesn't seem like it's there yet for the direction I'm trying to go. But the Aussies they're looking like they're getting ready to turn, so we will have to see what happens. So I don't know if I'm pretty sure I updated this, but I pretty much backed out of everything in the retirement portfolio. Yeah, MetLife looks like it's starting to roll down too. But as of right now, I am officially in Mara and Riot. I wanted to add some crypto exposure, so I threw a little buy thingy. I had an active order sitting right here for Riot, and it came down and it filled my order. So I have like a little over $1,000 in Riot and a little over $1,000 in Mara. And both of these got filled right at this area. And again, if these go lower, I don't care. I think crypto is going to be huge. Huge. And that's kind of where I'm leaning towards more crypto type stuff. You know, especially like Bitcoin, man, like they can't, it's so much harder for them to screw with that. So also in the, well, we'll get to Bitcoin in a second. Neo, I still have an active order for Neo, sitting at around $18.50, right at this yellow line. I've been waiting patiently for this thing to roll over, come down. I knew it would eventually, so I've been patiently waiting. You know, again, we have many nice wicks from this area on the monthly chart. This looks like it is starting to roll. So, yeah, and plus Neo for like $18 a share. Hell yeah, man. I think this is going to be so much higher. I mean, electric vehicles in general, copper, nickel, that kind of stuff is going to be a good long-term hold, I think. And ANET, I don't know. I need to go in and check. I don't know where I have my order set, but yeah, we will see. I'm not sure I want to get in on this one. Maybe 122 bucks. Maybe here somewhere. I'll just go with 122. But this looks like a good company. Hopefully this isn't no, I doubt it. This thing's been kicking ass. Yeah, copper is kind of and this is another gold mining company that I found from somebody, another YouTuber. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to see this if gold's going to roll over and start coming back down into the 40 cents, 30 cents range on this Blue Lagoon Resources Inc., I might throw a little bit in there. Just a little bit. But I don't know. GLDG looks, yeah. That's not a good sign there on a monthly candle action. This is probably going to come back down and hit this trend line before we get a bigger picture move up. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm going to save some money in my portfolio for when the golds are, you know, down at a base and nobody's talking about it. Then that's when I'm going to add on for gold. So Bitcoin and Ethereum. I actually went through my wallet. I went through my wallet and I was able to... So I have a side job coming and I kind of know approximately what I'm going to make from it. So I wanted to get some more money into crypto, you know, sooner than later. You know what I mean? I don't know what the next 3-4 weeks will bring. And it might be even longer than that before I get paid. So, you know, I threw another $1,000 into the Bitcoins, and then just today I threw another $1,000 into Ethereum. So I have like $1,500 each, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum in my wallet, and it actually went through this time. I think I just had to I think it was just the first time they were like, oh, what is this? But once I told them it was me and everything was cool and they know now, it's like, okay, you can buy Bitcoin now. You've been accepted. And then from there, once I have it in there, I don't know. I'm still looking into some other stuff to do with the crypto. There might be something else where I this wolf den thingy that people are. Yeah, I don't know. I might transfer it over there and do the wolf den thing. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to do a little update video while I had the chance. So, you know, we'll see, but we're gonna have to be patient on the euros. But it looks like the Aussies, they might be rolling in our favor, hopefully. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold, no stop loss. I don't care. I'm not getting stop hunted anymore, and we're gonna see how these things play out. But yeah, anyways, that's it. Make sure you subscribe. Throw me a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.